This morning, remembering Cheryl Motter, what the Prairie du Chien community wants you to know about their former mayor who was killed in a drunk driving crash.
Plus, waiting for the smoke to clear up. Health officials want you to stay inside again today. What they say you need to protect yourself.
And those visibilities continue to drop here in southern Wisconsin, down to 1.5 miles. It looks like the smoke will be with us again today, but some improvement by tomorrow. More coming up.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now. This morning, I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Look at this sky. This is on the west side of Madison. Visibility severely impacted.
It almost looks worse than it did maybe an hour ago.
All right, like the cameras are hard to distinguish this morning because they're all so hazy. Sue, could you pull up the Capitol cam?
Can we see the Capitol
cam somewhere? You can barely see the Capitol this morning.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's unbelievable.
It's like we're sitting in a big cloud this morning. And of course, this is all from that smoke out there, making conditions very unhealthy. Officials warning again not to go outside today, Kelly.
Yeah, and we'll have an update on that with the very unhealthy air quality that we've had across southern Wisconsin. It's actually expanded now. It was in Milwaukee, Waukesha yesterday. Now it's expanded to the west. Very unhealthy conditions. This is for even healthy individuals, people that are not susceptible to respiratory problems. But needless to say, we've got the thick smoke this morning. I keep wanting to say fog, but it's actually smoke this morning. Therefore, the air quality advisory in effect today. By tomorrow afternoon, the weather pattern is going to shift. We're going to get some cleaner air in here. We should see some improvement. So those that are susceptible to air quality issues, try to avoid any physical activity outdoors today. Even healthy individuals, reduce any kind of physical prolonged exertion for today. Things should gradually get better by tomorrow. We've got some hope with some rain. Actually, some rain spreading into southwestern Wisconsin. This is weakening as it's spreading on to the east, but it's moving through Boscobel and Platteville this morning. We're hoping some of that moves into the Madison area, maybe takes some of this smoke out of the air, but that's what our only hope for today as far as reducing that smoke. Temperatures right now are in the 60s, even some 50s off to the east. See some of these showers pass through this morning, and then we're looking at hazy sunshine today as we get warm into the lower 80s. 83 expected today with a couple of showers passing through this morning, and then another possibility later today. We should get rid of the smoke tomorrow, and then it heats up and the humidity will increase. We'll take a look at those rain chances for the rest of the week coming up.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Let's take a live look now at Chicago, listed as one of the cities with the worst air quality in the world this morning. Milwaukee and Madison not too far behind. Both are at levels categorized as very unhealthy. In Madison today, we're expected to get a little bit better, reaching into the category of unhealthy.
The DNR issued an air advisory through noon Thursday. This is the 9th air advisory they've issued so far this year. Public Health Madison-Dane County recommending wearing a mask, an N95, a KN95, if you still have any of those lying around. If you're going to be outside at all today, people should try to stay inside, though. If you are outdoors, or if you're indoors, rather, and you don't have AC, you should go to a cool public space like a mall or a library. Free masks are still available at Public Health Madison-Dane County's East Wash and South Park Street offices today. Those at greater risk include children, older adults, and people with lung and heart problems.
Now, because of the advisory, Madison's Concerts on the Square being postponed. The 40th season will kick off Thursday night instead. Kelly's been giving us updates on the air quality all week long. He continues this morning. You can stay up to date on all those real-time updates over on your First Warn Weather app.
New overnight, Donald Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, had a meeting with his lawyer and federal investigators in recent weeks. It's part of special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Smith hasn't announced any charges yet, but sources familiar with the case say prosecutors are nearing a decision to make charges. Meantime, the former president's request to have his New York criminal case moved to federal court looks like it's going to be declined. In a hearing Tuesday, the judge appeared skeptical of Trump's claim that the case should be before federal courts instead because the alleged conduct occurred during his presidency. Trump is accused of falsifying business records tied to a hush money payment.
Meanwhile, President Biden will be campaigning in Chicago today. He's giving an economic speech laying out his vision for the future and talking about how his policies are affecting people right now. The president visited Dane County back in February, touting the accomplishments of the bipartisan infrastructure bill.
Well, the waiting's almost over to find out what's going to happen with the student loan debt forgiveness program. The Supreme Court, in its final week of the term, And justices are set to release some big decisions, and that includes the battle over student loan forgiveness. The president's plan would relieve debt for some 43 million Americans. Republican attorneys general in 6 states have challenged the program, arguing in part that the administration overstepped its authority. As those decisions roll in, we'll be pushing them out through our News 3 Now mobile app. Stay in the know there and over at channel3000.com.
It is 6:05 on your Wednesday. 2 men are under arrest for the death of an Albany man in Greene County this morning. Shannon Woolhams and Matthew Reese are facing multiple charges, including manufacturing and delivering narcotics and reckless homicide. The arrests come about a month after police found a man unresponsive in an Albany home. Officers say the 37-year-old's death was opioid related.
The man charged in a Grant County crash that killed a woman admitted to being under the influence. More on her in a moment. 57-year-old Bayaman Steiger says that he drank 3 beers and smoked some marijuana before the crash Sunday night. He's facing charges of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. Deputies say Steiger hit another vehicle head-on. His blood alcohol content was more than 2.5 times the legal limit. We're also learning some new information about the victim of that crash, Cheryl Motter. She was a grandmother, mayor, and wife. Tahalil Moholdin reports on how she's being remembered.
This is a huge hit to the community.
Reflecting on a life they say was well spent in the service of others.
This is Cheryl's right here. She served from 2004 to 2008.
As a teacher, former mayor, and grandmother.
She was the kind of person that knew we were on this earth to serve others. She believed in the fact that if we could help, then that was our job.
I mean, she had her opinions and the way she'd like to do things, but she was willing to compromise when she needed to get things done.
For those in Prairie du Chien who knew Cheryl Motter well, news of her sudden death is something they're still trying to wrap their heads around.
There was like no way, you know, I just saw her, I just talked to her, there's no way this happened. This vibrant community leader with this huge smile, how could this happen?
It was here on Highway 18 just outside of town. A head-on collision with a drunk driver, not only killing Cheryl, but injuring her husband and 2 grandchildren.
I can't even imagine what her family's going through right now.
It's a tragedy Cheryl's friend and colleague Joe Rusky says we need to learn from.
This isn't a political thing or anything, but you know, in Wisconsin, maybe we need to look at tougher laws on drunk driving.
But knows Cheryl would want people to think less about the way she died and more about how she lived. Rusk reminded of one of her biggest achievements, jumpstarting a campaign that raised $2 million to help thousands of young women in Ghana go to school.
And as soon as that project was done, she said, what next? Where else can I help? And throughout her life, that's what Cheryl did. She was about service, about loving, about caring, and about making a difference.
As for the local community, she gave much of her time to care for. They're thinking first of her family.
If there's anything they need, I'm willing to do whatever I can to help them out, so. And the city is too.
In Grant County, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
The head-on collision on Highway 18 that killed Motter also critically injured her husband and 2 granddaughters. 73-year-old served as mayor for 2 terms from 2004 to 2008.
Another drunk driving arrest this week. The man who drove into a downtown home this past Sunday, also facing charges of drunk driving. You can see the damage done to this house. It's structurally unstable now. Luckily, nobody was hurt. 58-year-old Daryl Pierce is accused of crashing his car into that Blair Street house. This happened near the intersection with East Washington Avenue. Court records show this is the 4th time that Pierce is facing operating while intoxicated charges. He's also facing charges of resisting an officer.
On to the state budget now. The Senate will vote on the budget today. Governor Evers previously said that he would veto the budget if it took any money away from UW's diversity programs, but has since been less clear about his intentions. If the budget passes, it'll go on to the full assembly and then to the governor's desk. The Joint Finance Committee released the budget plan that cuts UW's funding last week. Since then, Democrats and the UW president have criticized their decision.
The future of the head of Wisconsin elections is uncertain this morning. The Elections Commission can't come to a consensus on how to handle Republican efforts to remove her. A vote to reappoint Megan Wolf ended in deadlock. Commissioners from both sides of the aisle say Wolf is the right person to lead the agency.
Megan Wolf is blamed for all manner of fanciful conspiracies that have no basis in fact. What's concerning about these conspiracy theorists is that they're willing to trash the reputations of anyone who's interested in trying to administer elections fairly and honestly.
Last night's vote came to 3-0 with all Democrats abstaining. They argued the failed vote last night allows Wolf to keep her position on an interim basis until the Senate actually rejects her confirmation. Pending any lawsuits, she'll actually remain in place and try to avoid that Senate vote. 6:10 now. The CDC is sounding the alarm over a cluster of malaria cases in the U.S. There are 5 confirmed cases right now, 4 in Florida, the other in Texas. This is a big deal because typically if Americans get sick with malaria, they've caught it while traveling overseas in areas where the disease is common. Well, that's not the case here.
So it's a concern because malaria is a life-threatening disease. It's not often seen in the United States, and we haven't seen it domestically acquired in over 20 years.
Symptoms include fever, chills, headache, muscle pain, fatigue, even vomiting. Doctors recommend using a mosquito repellent to prevent bites that could continue to spread malaria. Still ahead this morning on News 3 Now this morning, their local favorites and their friends, but they're about to compete in a major tournament. Hear from Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly coming up in sports.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. We're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. Up next, a preview of what's happening for the whole family.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning.
Never too early to start thinking about the weekend, especially when we got a big holiday weekend coming up. Josh Breiter in early with a look at what's happening this weekend. Hey there, Josh.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we had a last-minute pivot because, of course, we were supposed to be talking about concerts on the square. Lee and I were supposed to be live out there, but but as you've heard, it has been postponed to tomorrow due to that poor air quality, and for good reason, let's be honest. The kickoff to the Concerts on the Square is now scheduled for tomorrow, and again, this is their 40th anniversary, and it's going to be featuring three-time Grammy-nominated Latin band Tiempo Libre on their first night. Here's a little sneak peek. Again, this is now happening tomorrow night. Music starts at 7 o'clock. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Concerts on the Square, so to learn more, you can go to our website, channel3000.com. Well, it'll be a big weekend for Beer Rock. They'll be holding their 5th anniversary party. Highlights include live music, a tap takeover, and a Beer Rock on special is voted upon by their customers. Doors will open 11 a.m. on Saturday and will be open through midnight. Beer Rock will still have its full food and drink menu happening the day of the event as well. Well, of course, this weekend is the kickoff to the 4th of July holiday for many, and that means it's time for the Rock Aqua Jays Independence Day event. This year, they've changed to a new, bigger event scheduled for Saturday. They're hoping to get more people out there. The event has been rebranded, adding new attractions and even more music at Traxler Park in Janesville. This is scheduled to start at noon on Saturday, with the ski show happening at 7 o'clock and then the fireworks right at dusk. Remember, you can always go to channel3000.com/in-the608 to see what's happening. You can also click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. So my 4th of July holiday is starting tomorrow. I'm going to start my vacation.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, we're doing a little staycation, I think. Just hunkering in. We might make it up to Minnesota around the 4th, but taking some time off. Do you guys have any 4th of July plans?
No. Not yet.
Father of 4.
Too soon to think about
Keep
that.
kids alive. We're going camping this weekend, but I didn't realize it would be considered a 4th of July holiday weekend. So we're going in the Dells, and it's going to be just a hot mess up there. Yeah.
I feel like no matter where you go, though, it's that weekend. It's going to be nuts. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
Good times. But we usually do a pretty good job of putting all the fireworks and the celebrations up on channel3000.com. So if you are wondering the times and the locations for those, make sure you check the website.
All over the place.
Thanks, Josh. Talk to you in a half hour.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
Well, it would be a gorgeous day and a gorgeous weekend if it were not for all of that smoke out there, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, that's the only issue. Like yesterday, it would have been just about a perfect summer day, not too humid, nice and warm. We would have had a lot of sunshine, but we had to deal with the smoke and that haze out there, reducing the visibilities. And now I've actually cranked up the radar. Something we haven't seen much of is a little bit of rain. You can see this area of rain moving out of Iowa. Unfortunately, a lot of this is weakening, but some of our counties to the west, Crawford County, parts of Grant County now moving into Iowa, and Lafayette County seeing some light rain moving on. If nothing else, it may be actually helping to clear out some of the smoke that we have this morning. But it is pretty thick here right now in Madison. You can see that haze on the horizon, reducing the visibilities. Temperatures today in the lower 80s. Once again, it's not too humid this morning, but we got the visibilities down to 1.5 miles here in Madison. Much of southern Wisconsin seeing those visibilities anywhere between 1 and 2 miles. So we've got the air quality advisory again today. We've actually had very unhealthy conditions reported here in the Madison area, much of southeastern Wisconsin. That may improve a little bit, but still going to be unhealthy. Watching our future track, the smoke continues just kind of rotating across the Great Lakes states. We're actually going to have a southerly wind. I know the fire's up in Canada, but the smoke is just kind of rotating across the Great Lakes states, at least for today. But by tomorrow, we're going to get a little bit more of a westerly wind that should move that smoke on to the east, and we should get into some clearer skies by tomorrow. One thing we need is some rain. Not a whole lot coming with that batch of rain today, maybe a few 100s to upwards of a 10th, especially areas to the west. And going forward, even though we do have chances of rain, it looks like that bulk of the heaviest rain, at least for now, is going to be staying down to the south across Iowa and Illinois. So we do have the air quality problems today because of that wildfire smoke that should improve tomorrow. We do have the chances of showers and storms, nothing real organized, but that will continue right through Saturday. We're starting out in the 60s, even some 50s off to the east and south. Right now, 63 in Madison, but it's 58 right now in Sun Prairie and also Cottage Grove, 55 in Rockdale, so a little bit cooler in eastern parts of Dane County. Some of these showers passing through this morning by 9, 10 o'clock. A lot of the sound to the east and the noon hours should be quiet. Temperatures headed into low 80s. Once again, we do have some of these shower and thunderstorm chances for the rest of the week going into the weekend, but they're going to be spotty. Looks like the heaviest rain, at least for now, once again, is going to be staying down the south across parts of Iowa and Illinois. First warm forecast brings in the humidity tomorrow. That'll be a big change from what we've seen today. Air quality should improve tomorrow. We're in the upper 80s for the rest of the week. Mid-80s this weekend, just a spotty shower or thunderstorm expected on Saturday.
It's been a while since Steve Stricker played competitively at Century World. I'm talking since the 80s. Well, that changes this week when he hits the links for the U.S. Senior Open. Stricker, who's eyeing his 5th win this year and 3rd major, said after his practice round, he's excited to play such a challenging course. And he also tried to think back to his junior days when he did play in Stevens Point.
I remember the flowers. I mean, that's what I remember. And I remember shooting 76, 76. Now, that's not going to get it done this week here. So to win here would mean a lot. I mean, it's a major championship, first of all. It's right here in our backyard, and I've had history on this golf course. So it'd be a really cool spot to win.
Meanwhile, Jerry Kelly was also getting to know the course during his practice round and mentally preparing to try to chase down Stricker. The fellow Wisconsinite is the best player on the Champions Tour right now, and that's all the motivation Kelly needs this week to hopefully turn his game around and, of course, beat his friend.
I consider us extremely close best friends. I mean, the families are very close. I mean, we seriously love each other, yet, man, I'd see him moving up. I want to catch up. You know, if he's behind me in that rare opportunity that I get when he's behind me, I want to keep going. It just makes us both better.
Things you see in New York for 200? Well, a Yankee fan who is also a Packer fan and could be a Brewers fan. Game 2 between the Crew and Mets. You probably turned it off by this point, but old friend Daniel Vogelbach sends a 2-run shot to center to make it 7-0 Mets. Brewers fall 7-2. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
You too, Zach. Coming up, Pat Sajak's replacement to host Wheel of Fortune's been announced. Who's taking over the game show?
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning is back after the break.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach weeknights. Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Ride chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Try a toasted bagel sandwich and pair it with a $2 medium iced coffee. Now even bolder.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are veterans struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Kevin sending in this stunner, capturing a hummingbird. Its wings captured. I know they beat just umpteen times a second. It's crazy. Beautiful picture by KCG.
Wonderful, yeah.
What kind of hummingbird?
It's
oh boy.
There are different types of hummingbirds?
Yeah.
Then you got the red-throated and the...
Ruby-throated.
Let's just slow down.
Ruby-throated, you're right. Okay, we're done. We're done. Kevin, thank you.
So, guys, I didn't get the Wheel of Fortune job.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I knew you were up for
the beard,
running.
wasn't it?
It was the beard. So we all know that Pat Sajak's stepping down after some 40 years as host of Wheel of Fortune. And they just announced that Ryan Seacrest is going to take Pat Sajak's place after this season for the show's 41st season. It's going to kick off in September. Gosh, Seacrest is 48 now. I remember him from his American Idol days back in the early 2000s.
That's where he started, right?
Yeah.
That's really when he got thrust into the national spotlight, right? He was some young up-and-comer back in 2002, so he would have been like in his, mid-20s when he was doing American Idol. But look at him, he's done a lot.
He's just ubiquitous. He's everywhere. He's on the radio. He's on midday shows. You just can't get away from this man.
He doesn't look a day over 35.
No, he does not.
Great. Okay. All right, we're going to get back to the big story of the day, that air quality, and when it's going to clear up right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hy-Vee hot deals are back. Ground beef, $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Special recipe brats, 8 for $12 when you buy 8, plus a 16-cent fuel saver. And Bush's baked beans, $1.68. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and the creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
It's Macy's 4th of July sale with our lowest prices of the season, like the Radley Sectional, $23.99, and the Monroe Queen Bed, now $2.99. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase at Macy's.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide?
Everyone's gonna need more Tide.
It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
See?
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
I'll trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $1,200 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Boom.
Get $1,200 off any phone. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
This morning, some new video from out west of a massive wildfire will update the rush to get people out of harm's way.
We'll help you get back to shore without getting an OWI.
Plus, if you plan on being on the water this weekend, how deputies will be cracking down on drunk boating.
But the big story again today, the smoky skies. Just how bad is it going to be today, Kelly?
Yeah, the visibility is way down. In fact, down less than 2 miles here in Madison. We've got the hazy conditions, but some improvement over the next couple of days. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka with your first warn forecast. If I remember right, a 1.5 mile visibility, that is less than what it was at this time yesterday morning.
Look at this. About 2 miles. So, yeah, it is actually worse. We just get kind of stuck with the smoke here. Thankfully, there's some rain off to our west.
Right.
Maybe clear some of this out a little bit this morning. It's not expected to be a whole lot of rain, but some of that moving on in. Visibilities, though, down less than 2 miles here in Madison because of that smoke. It's mainly stuck near the ground this morning, and that's what's causing the air quality advisory. It actually goes into effect until noon tomorrow. We should see improvement by tomorrow afternoon. Actually, this afternoon, it's not going to be as bad as what we're getting measurements this morning. In fact, very unhealthy quality across parts of Dane County and eastern Wisconsin this morning. That's at least some of those measurements coming in, but that should gradually improve. Now, we are seeing some rain. This is some lighter rain, but actually some moderate rain moving just near Boscobel, moving into Iowa County, parts of Lafayette County. Some of this spreading onto the east. Hopefully we can get some of that in. I don't expect a whole lot of rain out of this, but maybe it'll clear out some of the smoke, at least briefly here this morning. 63 right now in Madison, 57 in Janesville, 55 in Juneau, where they are seeing that rain in Boswell, currently 63 degrees. Some of this rain moving through this morning should be tapering off quickly. And then we'll look at partly sunny skies with that haze and temperatures headed into the lower 80s today. 63 right now. The winds are actually out of the south, but that's bringing that smoke in from the south, coming in out of Illinois. Some rain showers this morning. That should taper off later this morning toward the noon hours. We climb into the upper 70s. It does get more humid as we close out this week, and we'll take a look at those rain chances later this week as well coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. New this morning, all eyes are on the Wisconsin state capitol as the long-debated state budget hits the Senate floor. Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu says he expects no changes to be made to the current draft. Governor Evers, you'll remember, had previously threatened to veto the entire budget if Republicans moved forward with a $32 million cut to the UW system. They did. The majority leader says he doubts the governor would veto the entire document. Evers responding, saying he's not backing down. The decrease in funding is over diversity, equity, and inclusion on campuses around the state. Elsewhere in the budget, though, there is bipartisan agreement, including K-12 funding for education and the shared revenue deal that might make Governor Evers hesitate when it comes to vetoing the entire budget.
Not everybody happy, though, with funding for state schools in the budget. Advocates for a budget that meets kids' needs are demanding lawmakers and the governor fix the current budget and put the needs of children in schools first.
Governor's budget proposals have been cut or whittled down to absolutely superficial token gestures that are not anywhere near meeting the actual needs of our children.
That was the Wisconsin Public Education Network Executive Director. She says that their concerns are funding for students with disabilities and how it would keep Wisconsin near the bottom nationally in that category. Also, that private schools would be given more direct aid from the state than most public schools are even allowed to spend.
The budget could get passed as soon as this week. You can follow along with any real-time updates right here on News 3 Now this morning and over on our News 3 Now News app. We're going to stay at the state capitol and take a live look at just how thick the smoke is out there. Look at this. You can hardly see the dome. Some parts of the Midwest are clocking the worst air quality in the world this week, especially in Chicago. Here, though, and across southern Wisconsin, we're in the category unhealthy for all groups. Madison's Mayor, Satya Rhodes-Conway, asking residents to take the air quality advisory seriously. Try and stay indoors if you can. Mask up if you can't. She says the city itself is limiting outdoor work and activities for employees and making masks available at libraries for the public.
Let's take a look at the air quality monitor now. Madison is the blue dot right here in the middle. We're surrounded by purple, meaning we're in very unhealthy air for all groups. Today, it's expected to go back down to red at some point. That is unhealthy for all groups. Luckily, we aren't seeing any maroon, which means hazardous air.
All right, some new video out of Arizona. A wall of smoke for a different reason down south. More than 1,000 people are evacuating their homes from the Diamond Fire in Scottsdale. The fire started last night. It's already spread to 2,500 acres. There's no word yet on what sparked it.
Watch out how much you're drinking. That is a new warning from local law enforcement about 4th of July boating. The Dane County Sheriff's Office sharing some reminders on boating safety as part of Operation Dry Water. That's a national boating under the influence awareness and enforcement program. Alcohol is the leading contributing factor to recreational boater fatalities. Deputies told us, though, they won't be out this weekend just looking to write tickets.
It is easy to let the drinks get ahead of you. If you think you're in trouble on that, just don't drive your boat. I'll go one step further. If you can't solve that problem for yourself, if you call us and not operate your boat, we'll help you get back to shore without getting an OWI.
Nationwide last year, there were about 800 boating under the influence arrests and nearly 12,000 citations issued over the Independence Day weekend.
An update now. Employees will be back in a state office building this morning after a suspicious package prompted a partial evacuation. It happened around 7:30 yesterday morning in the building that houses the Wisconsin DNR. Someone reported a suspicious package on Webster Street outside. The first floor had to be cleared while Capitol Police and the Dane County Bomb Squad responded. Nothing dangerous was found. Police are still investigating.
2 people caught tearing up a downtown Madison apartment now in custody. Madison police say they were called to East Mifflin Street, just a mile northwest from the Capitol, at 2:30 Monday afternoon. Police say a 44-year-old woman was arrested at the scene, but a 45-year-old man jumped out of the window and ran. Officers caught him in a nearby yard. The couple faces charges of burglary, trespassing, and bail jumping.
All right, Madison police officers going above and beyond to help out this little family of ducks. The department says an officer recently spotted a mother duck near a storm drain. They found 3 ducklings who had fallen into the drain there. The officers used an empty evidence box to make a makeshift trap bucket. Then get this, they went above and beyond. They found a duck call video on YouTube to lure the ducklings into the box. From there, the officers were able to pull the ducks to safety and reunite them with mom.
Well done.
That is service and dedication, for sure. A duck call video on YouTube to lure them in.
Cute story.
Very creative.
Well done.
6:36, coming up after the break, new research on toxic metals in baby foods. We'll have the warning about the main offenders.
And we do have the smoke this morning, but we are tracking some rain showers spreading across southern Wisconsin. Well, that first warm forecast coming up.
Plus, we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning with all of what's happening this 4th of July weekend. Next.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 top Bobopedic mattresses, like my budget-friendly Charm, my cool Synergy, my pressure-relieving Treasure, and my Lush mattress. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 of my highly rated bedroom sets, like my 5-piece Tremont, my 4.5-star Spencer, my Farmhouse Foundry set, and my show-stopping Diva. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
Celebrating 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Join us on Thursday as we discover how this iconic event helped shape the spirit of Madison and made it an integral part of our community. 40 years, no rests. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Need emergency weather alerts before conditions turn bad? Download the First Warn Weather app right now. Turn on notifications and I'll alert you when severe weather threatens. The First Warn Weather app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
6:40, some breaking news and a heads up if you have kids in the Madison Metro School summer school. The district says it's going to close today. It's canceled all programming due to the ongoing air quality issues. That means no summer semester classes, including virtual. Athletic and all MSCR programs also canceled today.
In your Health Watch this morning, some name brand baby foods may not be as safe as you think. You may remember 5 years ago, Consumer Reports found toxic metals like lead, arsenic, and cadmium in more than 30 baby foods. Researchers at the organization checked again. They say the overall risk has barely changed. Several products actually contain the same or even higher levels now than they did 5 years ago. Those products include Beech Nut Naturals sweet potato, Gerber chicken and rice, and Gerber turkey and rice dinners. Researchers recommend feeding your child less than half a serving of these products a day.
The Pregnant Workers Fairness Act is now in effect in the U.S. It ensures employees who are pregnant, just went through childcare or childbirth rather, or have related medical conditions are granted reasonable workplace accommodations. Folks can now file charges of discrimination under the law. If you think you've been denied a reasonable accommodation, you can file a report at eeoc.gov.
Crime is so bad in Chicago that businesses there are going to some extreme measures to protect their merchandise. Take a look at this. One solution here comes in this box. It may not look like much, but look what it can do. In only seconds, it triggers and fills the room with fog. Businesses say if the thieves can't see it, they can't steal it.
Density USA's instant fog technology is pretty unique. When a criminal breaks in after hours, the alarm deploys, the fog deploys, and in seconds, your business is going to be protected. So it'll fill up about 1,000 square feet in roughly 15 seconds.
Isn't that something? Well, in Chicago, theft is at the highest it's been since 2019. Robbery is at the highest since 2018. The largest device that Density USA sells is able to put out about 500,000 cubic feet of fog, or about the equivalent of 5 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
Points for creativity, that's for sure.
And they got a point. You can't see it, you can't steal it, right?
All right, 6:43. Plenty of smog outside this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, if we didn't have this fog, it'd be just a beautiful morning. But unfortunately, not the fog, we have the smoke. If we didn't have the smoke, it'd be a beautiful day. But unfortunately, we do have the smoke that is creating these air quality issues. And we'll continue to see that today. There's a little bit of relief because we've had some showers spreading across southwestern Wisconsin. This is fairly light. And you can see it has weakened as it's moving to Iowa County, now moving into Lafayette County toward Dodgeville. And this is continuing to move on to the east. We may see some of this move into the Madison area over the next hour or so. It's going to be light, but at least maybe taking out some of this thick smoke that we've had this morning. You can barely see the Capitol here from our Edgewater sky cam. Thick smoke again this morning, reducing visibilities less than 2 miles here in Madison across most of southern Wisconsin. So we have the thick fog, the air quality issues, air quality advisories continue, not only today, but right through noon tomorrow. I think conditions will improve a little bit today, but we're at the very unhealthy category, even in Madison and southeastern Wisconsin. That's due to that poor visibility and also that smoke, the air quality this morning. We will continue to see the smoke today. It should disperse a little bit. Our winds will be out of the south, bringing that smoke in from the south, just kind of wrapping around the Great Lakes region. But by tomorrow, the winds switch around the west. That'll bring in some cleaner air, and we should disperse that smoke onto the east going into tomorrow afternoon. So things should gradually improve tomorrow. But we do have the wildfire smoke continuing to plague our air quality today. It should improve tomorrow. We do have some chances of rain, a little bit moving through this morning. We'll have more chances going into tomorrow, Friday, and even into Saturday. But once again, these are going to be very hit or miss. Today, with the clouds around this morning, temperatures in the 60s, but we'll get back into some hazy sunshine this afternoon. Should be warming into the lower 80s. Now, we do have chances of rain over the next few days. Unfortunately, it looks like the heaviest band of rain is going to be staying to the south of southern Wisconsin over Iowa and Illinois. That's at least the track that we're seeing now. We could be talking about only a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain for the rest of the week. 50s to the east, we're in the 60s here in Madison. Areas to the west across Dane County. You can see it's a little bit cooler in Stoughton at 58, 57 in Rockdale. Here in Madison, 63, 65 in Middleton, 63 right now in Sauk City. So 60s this morning with some of the shower activity moving through. It should be fairly light, but may get rid of some of the smoke out of the air, at least briefly this morning. We'll look at hazy sunshine by the noon hour. Should be in the upper 70s. And looking at partly sunny skies this afternoon with temperatures headed into the low 80s. Future track does bring in some chances of rain over the next few days. Once again, nothing real organized, nothing real widespread or heavy, but we do have those chances going into the upcoming weekend. Definitely going to notice the humidity increasing tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 80s, but it's going to feel like the low to mid 90s with that humidity. And we'll continue to see that humidity into Friday with chances of showers and storms. Once again, these are going to be hit or miss going into the upcoming weekend. Then we really heat up next week with upper 80s, close to 90, just in time for the 4th of July.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hey, we are working for the weekend in the 608 this morning.
Josh Sprider has an early look at what's happening this holiday weekend. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys, a lot to look forward to, of course. We were supposed to be talking about concerts on the square this morning as Lee and I were supposed to be out on the square. But as you know by now, it has been postponed to tomorrow due to that poor air quality. So the kickoff to the concerts on the square is now scheduled for tomorrow night. This 40th anniversary, it's a big one. This season features 3-time Grammy-nominated Latin band Tiempo Libre. Here's a little sneak peek video right here. Again, this is now happening tomorrow night. That music starting Thursday at 7 p.m. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Concerts on the Square. So to learn more, you can just go to our website, channel3000.com. Well, it's also a big weekend for Lodi, which is set to hold its 60th annual Art in the Park. This is happening Saturday from 10 to 3 at Haberman Park in downtown Lodi. Organizers say all of the art in the park is handmade, and most are by local artisans as well. Well, of course, this weekend is the kickoff to the 4th of July holiday for many, and that means it's time for the Rock Aqua Jays Independence Day event. This year, they've changed to a new, bigger event scheduled for Saturday. The event has been rebranded, adding new attractions and even more music at Traxler Park in Janesville. This is scheduled to begin at noon on Saturday with the ski show happening at 7 o'clock and the fireworks right after that at dusk. Remember, you can always go to channel3000.com/in-the608 to see what's happening. You can also click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. Chris and Leah, the Rock Aqua Jays, actually invited me down to ski with them.
Fun.
So, unfortunately, photojournalist Mark Schilling's on vacation this week, so we couldn't make it happen. But I think later this summer, we got to get out there. You guys know I can ski. Of course, I've never done anything like a ski show before, so that's on a whole different level. So if you've ever been to the Rock River in Janesville, I've jet skied right along there. They have the jumps and everything. Yeah. So it's definitely on my bucket list in the 608.
That would be so cool to watch. I think you could do some cool stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Some live TV I think would be kind of cool too. Obviously they have different equipment, makes it a little bit easier and safer in some capacities, but it's right up my alley.
Yeah, and good. The smoke should clear out of here by this weekend.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, and we could get a little bit of rain beforehand. So, setting it to be a good weekend. Josh, thanks for letting us know what's going on.
You bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. All right, at 6:48 on your Wednesday, coming up in the morning sprint, the professional fate of the state's top election official. What a new vote means for her future.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to help him celebrate. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Save up to $900 on the new iComfort Eco. Plus get free home delivery. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Pick and Save, we invest in Wisconsin farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Lowe's knows you want to make the most of your summer. That's why we're offering 4th of July deals under $100. So your summer is full of fun and savings. Come in and enjoy our hottest deals now.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You never know what opportunities life will send your way, but if you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis, Enbrel can help you say, I'm in for what's next. Willing to put yourself out there to try something new? I'm in. Care for a seat at the Thursday night game? I'm in. Upgrading our home court?
I'm in.
Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage. And with less pain, you're free to join in. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. When opportunities come your way, be ready to say, I'm in for what's next. Ask your doctor about Enbrel.
One bite of 100% Angus beef ballpark frank, and you'll say, hello, summer. Oh yeah, it's ballpark season.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52, right on the nose. Time for the morning sprint.
Breaking news just into the newsroom, and a heads up if you have kids in the Madison school summer program. The school district will be closed today. It's canceling all programming due to the ongoing air quality issues. That means no summer semester classes, including virtual. All athletic events are canceled, and so are all MSCR programs this morning. It's all because of that hazy horizon. Let's take a live look. We're on day 2 of unhealthy air conditions. We are still under that air quality advisory. It's set to expire at noon tomorrow. Public Health Madison and the CDC have some suggestions to keep you safe. Limit your time outdoors. Consider using an air purifier. Wear some sort of face covering if you have to be outside. Turn on your air conditioner to the recirculate option and utilize cooler public spaces like a mall or a library.
And we're going to have to wait at least one more day for concerts on the square. The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra pushing it back because of the air quality. The concerts are normally held on Wednesdays, but the WCO is going to give it an extra day, hoping that things clear up.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission is deadlocked over who it wants to lead the state's election agency. Megan Wolf, the current chief elections official, has been the target of concern surrounding the 2020 election, although there is no evidence that election was handled improperly. Republicans voted to approve Wolf, while Democrats abstained. That's a procedural move that will allow her to stay until the Senate rejects her confirmation.
A Madison police officer being thanked for his efforts to save a dog from a hot car. During a shift last week, the officer saw the dog in a car near Warner Park. The windows were barely cracked, no water around. The officer had to break the window after waiting 45 minutes for the owner, then noticed the dog in distress. The dog was taken to the Dane County Humane Society, and the owner was cited.
Americans are feeling pretty good about the U.S. economy, according to a key indicator. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index is at 109.7 for June. That's up 7 points from May. It's the highest it's been in more than a year. The Conference Board measures how people feel now. It also looks at expectations for what's ahead.
Well, the flight tracking service, a flight tracking service, is following thousands of canceled flights from yesterday and anticipating even more today from the poor air quality and the storms across the U.S. The CEO of United Airlines blamed the FAA for some cancellations because of a shortage of air traffic controllers. The FAA says they'll always collaborate with anyone seriously willing to join in to solve a problem. All flights in our area at last check are currently on time. Probably a good idea, though, to check before you go.
The Supreme Court is in its final week of the term, and all eyes are on the justices who are set to release decisions on more cases. That includes the battle over student loan forgiveness. The president's plan would relieve debt for around 43 million people. Republican attorneys general in 6 states challenged the program, arguing in part that the administration overstepped its authority.
Former NFL quarterback Ryan Mallett has passed away. He died in his apartment. He died from an apparent drowning. Deputies near the Gulf of Mexico were called to a beach for a group of people near a sandbar struggling to make it back to shore. One of those people was Mallett. He was 35 years old.
Today is day 3 of jury deliberations for a Parkland school resource officer who prosecutors say stayed outside and did nothing during the deadly high school shooting. The officer says he didn't go inside because he didn't know where the shots were coming from. This is a rare prosecution for law enforcement in the context of a mass shooting. The verdict could have far-reaching implications nationwide.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We are actually watching some rain spreading across southwestern Wisconsin, here from Dodgeville down toward Darlington into Lafayette County. Some of this may spread into the Middleton area here fairly shortly, then eventually Madison. It should be on the lighter side, maybe helping us with some of this smoke. Barely can see the Capitol here this morning. Poor air quality, poor visibility down to 1.5 miles here in Madison. Temperatures are in the 60s, so we'll have that bout of some showers pass through. It will weaken as it moves through the Madison area, just kind of spotting the cars up a little bit. Maybe get rid of some of that smoke as temperatures climb into the lower 80s later today. We'll get back in that hazy sunshine this afternoon. And it looks like the first morning forecast will bring the south winds up at around 10 miles per hour and temperatures up in the lower 80s. More humidity tomorrow, a few more showers and thunderstorms Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Otherwise dry going into the 4th of July holiday.
Okay, Kelly, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.